Hey everybody, so I have a bit of a rant video today because of some events that have been happening amongst us blind folk in the past few days. And there's been a debate going around, and a rather silly one. By the way, yeah, I'm sorry I'm putting up this video before I put up my Minecraft video. I know I promised, but I've been sick for the past week, and I felt so strongly about this that, even though I had to leave work early today, I still gotta put this out. So the argument, as you can see in the title, is, can blind people be firefighters? And that sounds like, for the rational thinkers out there, like, I bet you when you saw the title of this video, you were probably like, what? Like, huh? So let me lay it down for y'all, okay? Because, I put stuff out on Twitter, I put stuff out on Facebook, I've talked to firefighters, I've talked to EMTs, I've done my due diligence on this. There's a lot that goes into being a firefighter that people outside of the profession just don't get. You have to be able to do several things, and if you're in a district, with a small team, firefighters have to probably, I don't know this part for sure, but I can imagine that you have to be able to know how to do just more than one thing to be a firefighter. Their training is very intensive. They actually, during their training, they actually send them into fire. It's not, okay, anyway, to be a firefighter, you have to do a lot of these things. And this is not going to be a comprehensive list, but I'm going to list all of the things off the top of my head that blind people just won't be able to do. Okay? First of all, and the most obvious, driving the truck. Yeah? I don't even need to expand on that. You have to be able to navigate a burning building. A burning building. You think that you're going to be able to step up in there with an aluminum cane or a graphite cane or a fiberglass cane or anything that you're using, because you ain't taking a dog in there, and navigate falling beams, negotiating blocked passages, spotting prone bodies through smoke, giving on-site medical attention, making sure that, you gotta use infrared gear to look for hot spots behind walls. You have to know how to use a fire axe. You have to be able to accurately strike a door to break it down properly. So outside of fires, they also work car accidents. They tend to be first responders for car accidents, childbirths, helping rescue animals. There are so many things that being a firefighter entails, and the reason that this argument is even happening is because a speech was given at a conference for blind people, and it was by an organization, the conference was held by an organization that I'm not going to put out on blast on YouTube, even though every single blind person that watches this is probably going to be able to guess which one it is. Plus, I don't want them sending any lawyers to my house. So there was a speech given that depicts a message that's very, very damaging to blind people. I have been victim of this myself. A lot of the times when we're really young and we're getting the orientation and mobility training that we need so that we can navigate independently, and we're trusting these professionals to show us a good and practical path to success and to teach us the lessons and skills that we need to be productive members of society. Sorry, Hurricane Michael is sending some nasty weather towards us, so forgive the wind. When I was younger, I went to a training center. This was not the Louisiana Center for the Blind. I love that training center so much. Go LCB. It was not them. You guys treated me so good. I went to a different training center a long time ago. I'm not going to put their name out because I don't want them to send lawyers to my house. And so one of the staff members there, who was pretty important in the chain of command, to this day, and mind you, I went to this center when, you know, I was young and impressionable, like, you know, middle school, high school, sometimes elementary school age kids are exposed to this damaging message. And to most people, this message is not that bad. It's a good thing to hear. It's a good thing to strive for. But when you're blind, you know, there are certain limitations that we have that we need to be realistic about. And that message is that blind people can do anything we set our minds to, and that's not true. It's not. When I was younger and I heard this, I was like, oh my God, I want to be a pilot, I want to be a bus driver, I want to serve in the military, which I really wanted to serve in the military. And I believed it. You know, I had a conversation with this staff member. I'm not going to reveal gender either. And I was like, yeah, what if, you know, I have a lot of family members who serve in the military. It opens up a lot of good opportunities. I want to, you know, give back to my country, you know, all of the good reasons that people generally want to serve. And the staff member did not tell me I couldn't do it. They encouraged me to go for anything that I wanted to do. And the military, they won't, sorry, that subject is a little touchy for me because I'm very passionate about wanting to serve my country. The military won't draft a blind person. I understand there are desk jobs, there are things in the military that you can do, but you got to be able to fight too. That was a dream of mine for a very long time. And that person got my hopes up, and it would be a very long time before I came to my senses on all of this. That would never happen for me. So I work an office job now. I'm thankful that I have it. Is it what I'd like to be doing? No, but it's realistic. There are lots of jobs out there that blind people do that are a lot more astounding sounding than that. You know, on the side, of course, you see I do YouTube. I'm working on my chops as a music producer. You know, as a blind person, I edit video myself. I play video games. You know, there are certain things that blind people can do that, you know, might not be super believable, but there are things that blind people really just can't do. You can't do anything you want. You can't strive for your dreams all the time. You have to be realistic. And this message that has been spread to all of these young children who believe this stuff, who are trusting in these people to show them the way. You know, that's why this argument is even happening, because this message is instilled in us when we're young. They get us all confident and hype and looking forward to the future, and we go out and we make sure we're nice and qualified, and we go through the struggles that blind people go through in college, and we do all these things, and then once we get out, we end up not being able to use our degrees. And let me tell you that going to school for something and realizing halfway through school that that will never be able to be your profession after you've already put some time in, it makes it really hard to continue. So, you know, take what you will from that. But I hope the right people see this video. I want everybody who sees this to please share it around. If there are any if you know any firefighters, send them this. And to the firefighters who watch, I know some might be hesitant to answer because y'all don't want to offend. Fine. But I need the firefighters, the EMTs, the doctors, you know, the surgeons, the pilots, I need y'all with crazy visual professions, especially the firefighters. If you know a firefighter, please send them to this video. And I don't want y'all to feel scared about telling us the things that are going to limit us from doing this job. Because I noticed there are a lot there are a few firefighters that are tagged in a status that I put up on Facebook, and none of them have answered, and I don't know if it's because they haven't seen it, but I do know that one of them is afraid of offending, which I get. But to the leaders of the major blindness organizations, I know all of them aren't preaching this, and I don't want to single anyone out because I don't want them to send lawyers to my house. But if the organization who is preaching this sees this, you guys gotta stop. Stop putting this poison and stop putting these lies into these kids' heads, because, you know, from somebody who actually dealt with that, it hurts to come to that realization. And from somebody who is of reasonable intelligence, from somebody who has a good career, and who has been, you know, generally successful through hard work and being realistic with my goals, if I had chased my dreams, I'd be a statistic. I'm not successful because I followed my dreams and I went for my passion and I did what I wanted to do. No, you gotta go with what puts food on the table. You gotta get in where you fit in. So stop spreading these lies, because you're just going to keep hurting people and further embarrassing yourselves. So, this is my rant video. I don't do very many of these, but I really, really needed to get this message out. Thank you for everyone who commented on social media under my posts, people who put posts up. You guys made some very, very good points. I'd like to ask that y'all who are of reasonable intelligence and who think realistically, help me spread this message. I'm not putting this up because I'm angry about it. I'm not putting this up because I have a problem with this organization, even though both of those things are completely true. I'm putting this up because I have personally felt the pain and anguish that this message has caused people. And I put it up because the fact that we as a community even have to argue that being a being a firefighter as a blind person is possible, that's embarrassing for sighted people to look in and be like, yeah, they actually think they can do that. They're so delusional. And yeah, y'all are delusional as hell. If there's anybody who would like to speak on it in contradiction to this, I'm very open to discussion in the comments. Just know that I will come back with the same energy that I'm given. So take with that what you will, and yeah, stay realistic, guys.